Hey, welcome on the spot. Today I'm here with Lindy. She is a stunt woman and she's out of Idaho and she does lending as well. And she's a guest on the spot. So floor is yours, Lindy, and go and introduce yourself and go from there.
Nice to meet everyone. Thanks for having me on the show. My name's Lindy Gorham. I'm a mortgage broker with Pure Funding, and I'm a professional stunt woman. I love to ride and rope, and I'm a yoga enthusiast.
Cool. So you wait for on the spot, all that, go through these questions. All right. So off this first one, what are your thoughts and opinion on the real estate market? I know you were in a different field, but what are your thoughts on that?
Well, if I view the real estate market through being a mortgage broker,
Hmm.
how incredibly important it is to come into the buyer's table, like yourself being a real estate agent. If you have a buyer or you're selling a home and a buyer comes to you with a lender backed pre approval, and how important that is. A lender backed pre approval means we have gone through your income, liabilities, assets, credit score, talked to interest rates, mortgage payment. There's a full picture there. Taking that
Hmm.
lender backed pre approval to the buyer's table and what an advantage it gives you in such a competitive market.
Good thoughts. Let me ask you this: is there a struggle you went through with work or in life you want to share with our audience out there?
Oh, I think life is a struggle. And I think everything we do is what you make of it. I always
Mhm.
know that, and I always think to myself and wake up every morning, I can't get tomorrow back, but I'm here today. And what do I do
Yeah.
today to prepare myself for tomorrow? And that's how I live my life in anything I do, whether it's stunts or brokeraging mortgages or just life.
Yeah.
Today is important. Yesterday's gone.
Good thoughts. How about this? You want to share a quote that you heard that sticks out that you want to share with our audience out there, our listeners?
Sure. Actually, it's something from my dad, Jay Hooker, and he would
Okay.
feel really nice that I'm plugging him here. But my
Yeah.
first home, when I purchased my first home, he said to me, Lindy, every dollar you put towards your mortgage is $1.50 in your savings account. And that has always stuck with me, how important it is to own property, own a home, pay towards that net worth.
Gotcha. That's a good one. Mention your dad. That's a good one too, right there. Let me ask you this: is there a mistake that you regret that you did in real estate?
No, buying sooner, I guess.
Yeah.
If I think back, buying sooner. I don't think you can ever go wrong owning your own home, investment properties, buying sooner. That would be the only regret I ever have.
Yeah. And for myself, I tell my buyers too, same thing. Just buy when you can.
Mm,
Just can't time the market. So yeah.
no, it's never too
I
late.
tell people it's like yeah. It's kinda like you lead a horse to water and they can't drink it. Same with,
Yeah,
like, fires, give them
yeah.
here, but they can't. So, good thoughts. Let me ask you this, what favorite show you watch nowadays on Netflix or streaming or out there that you like? Show our audience out.
So, kind of a guilty pleasure too.
Okay,
My favorite show is Handmaid's Tales on Hulu. And in fact, my
okay.
best friend, we watched it together and we even have gone back and rewatched it.
Oh, wow. And what's that based on? I never heard of it. What's it based on?
Yeah, Handmaid's Tales. It's a organized religion and how they come into the United States and they basically deconstruct it. They
Okay.
take this abstract view on Christianity and they make it a cult and how they are trying to take over definitely the
Oh, wow.
United States, but
Yeah.
essentially the world.
Okay. Cool, cool. Let me ask you this, so if you get introduced, what's your theme song? What are you walking out to?
Oh gosh. So my favorite song is by Red Clay Strays and I think it's called I'm Still Here, but it's my favorite
Okay.
song. I love Red Clay Strays, so that would probably be it. I'm still
Yeah.
fine. It's I'm still fine.
Okay.
That would be it.
Gotcha. Cool, I'll pull it up and I'll tag you in that
Okay,
too.
do that. It's a good one.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: you being a stunt woman,
Mhm.
how did you get into the field? And then share a couple of like stories or maybe events that you went through, experiences.
Okay. So I was brought into the business in 2016 by a family, the Dashnaw family. Growing up, my brother and I, junior and high school rodeoed with Jeff and Tracy Dashnaw's four boys. So we didn't see each
Okay.
other all the time, but once or twice a month, and we rodeoed together, essentially grew up together. 15 years after I graduated high school, the family
Yeah.
reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in doing some stunt work. They had a big show for Netflix coming up. It's called Godless. And
Okay.
I just happened to be the exact size with a skill set with horses to double their lead actress, who is Michelle Dockery. And she was playing Alice Fletcher. If you haven't seen Godless, it's a great, great show. So that's how I got into the business. I told myself, I'd rather go and fail than not go, one day sit on my rocker when I'm too old to do anything in life and wonder what would
Yeah.
have happened. And it's changed my life for the better. It's taught me a work ethic that I knew was inside that I
Mhm.
hadn't, just hadn't been dug out of me. And that business has definitely taught me that. So huge shout out to the Dashnell family. They're amazing as a unit, as a family unit, outstanding stuntmen and stuntwomen, but they presented me with the opportunity of a lifetime.
Cool. Now, have you got hurt on any stunts? Any of that happened before?
Yeah, I mean, I've been beat up. You get beat up.
Yeah.
I broke a few fingers, I broke a toe,
Yeah.
few
Yeah.
concussions, one minor hand surgery, but
Okay.
it comes with the territory. And
Yeah.
I will tell you, I'd do it all over again. Every
Yeah.
concussion, everything I've faced because the work is outstanding and it feeds me. It really, really
Yeah.
does. So it's just it's okay. But
I'm guessing most of your stunts are like riding horses or roping horses and stuff like sounds like, yeah, right?
yeah, thanks for saying that. Yes, I was brought into the business because of my, niche for rodeo. On
Gotcha.
Godless, they needed a stunt girl to double the actress, so resemble her look, but be able to ride a
Yeah.
horse and rope. And if I can kind of set up my first stunt I ever did on camera in Santa
Yeah.
Fe, New Mexico, in about a 60-foot round pin, approximately 20 horses turned out in this round pin. I had to stand on foot, so just on the ground, no horse, and swing a rope to the side. If you could see it like this, swing a poly rope to the side and throw it
Yeah.
to head a horse. And then it was scripted from there. Once I headed the horse, that the horse takes off. I tried to stop the horse. It pulls me to the ground and drags me. As it's running off, they break through the 60-foot round pin. All the horses run off. I get dragged for about 15 feet. My rope let the rope go, and that it carried on to the
Wow.
next scene. But that was my first scene ever.
Okay. Wow.
Had a little whiplash. I've
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
quite a bit of whiplash, but yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
Good,
neat.
good story. Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you this: going back to pandemic, what's something you did
Mm,
before that you didn't do today that you do still do today that you picked up?
yeah, walk,
Wait,
walk.
walk.
I never was a walker until the
Yeah.
pandemic. I mean, like everybody knows, we couldn't do anything. So
Yeah.
my dogs and my kids, and we would go out and walk, and it was amazing. And I, to this day, can hardly get my kids to walk with me. My son's 20 and in college, but my daughter, I can hardly get her to walk with me. That was actually my Mother's Day gift, was her walking with me yesterday.
Oh,
But I have
wow.
three dogs, and I take those dogs and I walk miles and miles and miles, and it's so one. They love it. I love it. But that's what I picked up in the pandemic and still stick with.
I heard that one a couple times, so it's out there.
It's good.
So yeah,
So good.
yeah, yeah. Let me ask you this: do you have a dream car by chance?
So I feel like
Or-
my current car is I worked so hard for, so it's my dream car and it's a Ford Explorer. But if I could
Yeah,
choose any car in the world, and this sounds probably silly, but I'd probably just get a Lincoln Aviator. I think they're so sporty.
yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, they're cool. They're happy too.
They are.
Um, what are your thoughts on the EV car? Have you experienced it? What do you think about that whole thing with the electric?
I don't have a lot of experience. I think where they're needed, I think they fill a huge role. I can't say I have. If you're talking about electric vehicle, is that correct?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. The
I don't
frozen
have an
that.
electric vehicle. I've never even rented one, but I think,
Okay.
with anything, I think it fills a purpose for when someone needs something like that.
Yeah. Okay. But you run a Tesla before or stuff like that, right?
I haven't. I've
You
always
have?
thought
Oh
I
well.
need to rent a Tesla, but I never have.
Yeah. Yeah, I've run a couple. I mean, it's not like I do every day, but there's a few I run into. But yeah, it's when you first in it, you're kind of like it's a little different. You're like trying to figure out how to get in and out of it. But yeah, yeah, it is a little different. Let me ask you this: what age would you go back in time at and live at if you go back in time? What age would you pick to live if you go back in?
I don't think I would. I
No.
don't think I would. I think I'm so happy and fulfilled right today. My, son's an adult, and my daughter's on her way, and they're outstanding human beings. So everything that happened was for a reason, and all the good and all the struggle. And I don't think I would. I think I just stay right here where I'm at.
You're first to stay where you're at, but it's good. People's.
I tend to do that
Yeah,
with things. Be the first or the only one.
yeah, yeah. Let me ask you this: do you have a favorite field trip that you did as a kid that you remember you went on?
So growing up, I grew up in Seal Beach, California, and we
Okay.
went on a ton of really super great field trips. But the only one that
Yeah.
sticks out, and it sounds silly, but we had these really great to go lunches from
Yeah.
Albertsons. And that sounds so
Okay.
silly, but that was a special treat for us. And we went to
Yeah.
the circus, and that was my favorite. It was like the Albertsons lunch, the school bus, and the circus was
Oh
probably
wow.
about fourth grade.
Was this Barlin Bailey Circus
I
or
think
was
it
there more?
was. I think it
Yeah.
was.
Okay. Cool. Let me ask you this: do you have a childhood cartoon that you liked watching as a kid?
My brother and I watched the heck out of Tom and Jerry.
Okay.
Tom and Jerry was it. We loved it. He got into Ninja
Okay.
Turtles, and I never got into that, but Tom and
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah. Let me ask this. Okay. So you're the I'm guessing you're in the Gen X or millennial.
Ooh,
Um.
millennial.
Okay. All right. So what are your thoughts? You have kids and stuff. What are your thoughts as far as AI and tech, the whole iPads with we had them growing up, and then today kids have like, fingertips. What are your thoughts on
Yeah.
that whole aspect?
I have mixed emotions about it, to be honest. I
Yeah.
mean, I love that my daughter has a cell phone and we have Life 360 and I know where she's at. Now, that's something
Yeah.
my parents didn't have when I was growing up. So I do appreciate that. I don't, it's not that it's a worry, but it's a concern. And that's, social media, attention span with kids
Yeah.
and adults, these quick 10-second videos, 13-second videos, and the attention span it's developing in kids. I see it in both of my kids. There's pros and cons to everything. I'm not a fan of AI, to be honest. Artificial
Yeah.
intelligence isn't something that I want to promote
Mhm.
necessarily. It's like the electric vehicle. There's uses for it. There's pros and there's
Yeah.
cons. I love my cell phone. I do. But with kids, I didn't have my first cell phone until I was 18 years old. Kids are 3 walking around with them. And I don't
Yeah. I think I got mine. It
necessarily
was
think that's
after
good.
high school. So yeah, after high school I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
So
normal.
kids have.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's normal.
Yeah. I
Now
think they
it's
started coming out. I remember like Nokia was like the first one I had that the snake game on it. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I have mixed emotions about it. I love being able to see where my daughter's at, but I don't want her to spend too much time on TikTok.
Yeah.
So it's all
Gotcha.
management.
Yeah, totally. Let me ask you this. Is there a movie you recently watched that you liked, that you saw in theaters
Not
or
real great about movies. My favorite
yeah,
movie of all time,
yeah,
probably forever, is going to be Lonesome Dove. It just is. Love
yeah.
Lonesome Dove. So I always have to say Lonesome Dove.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Are you Apple or Android person?
Apple.
Yeah. So when you see a green bubble pop up, what's your thought in a
Green
text message?
text message.
Yeah, yeah, the green bubble that yeah. Green text, yeah.
Hopefully it's a borrower that I'm going to be able to help.
Yeah. Gotcha. Cool. Let me ask you this. You want to share a tip of the week, life tip, business tip for our listeners out there?
Do the hard stuff. Do the hard stuff. Whatever feels
Yeah,
uncomfortable, whatever feels hard, challenging, maybe you're not
yeah,
prepared for, just work
yeah,
really,
yeah,
really hard. Get prepared the best you can. Put your best
yeah.
foot forward at all times and just it's do the
Yeah.
hard stuff because the hard stuff is where there's not a lot of traffic there. Not a
Yeah.
lot of traffic when it comes to the hard stuff. So, elevate above what's comfortable. Do the hard stuff. Face yourself. Work hard. And just really just lean into it. Push through it. Do it even if you feel like you're not ready. I know if I did stuff only when I was ready, I probably wouldn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was a good opinion, good thoughts, good share. Yeah, totally agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, I tell people gotta be uncomfortable, you know? So it's kinda you have to be like that.
Get
Totally,
comfortable being uncomfortable.
totally. Is there a person you wanna sit down and eat with dead or alive you would pick?
So I've
Somebody?
thought about this.
Yeah.
Probably Napoleon Hill. He wrote the book
Okay.
Think and Grow Rich, and I've read it 3 times.
Yeah.
I listened to they've copied and pasted and put together his motivational speaking, his thoughts,
Yeah.
his programs, and they do a
Uh,
lot for me. They really do help me organize, my thoughts, my perspectives, and my plan and leaning into the hard stuff. So probably
mm.
Napoleon Hill.
Let me ask you this. What about if you're stuck on an elevator, who to be with if you're
Oh,
stuck
both
in an
my
elevator?
kids. Both my kids.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
hesitation. They're
yeah. Uh,
constant comedy. I would laugh the
yeah.
whole time. They would start getting irritated. They'd be mad at me because we were stuck in the elevator, but that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. It'll probably get you out of it. It'd be
Yeah.
fun.
It's like, "It's fine. We'll
Totally.
do it together."
Cool. How about this? If you follow sports, do you have a favorite sports team and player? If you follow any
I
teams out
don't
there?
follow any sports. Is that terrible? Actually had a friend send me a meme on Instagram the other day, and it was like this little kid, but it was a reference to, I think, oh gosh, it was some college team. I'm not even remembering that's how much I don't know about sports. And I just
Yeah.
commented back, "Oh, what a cute little guy." And they commented back,
Oh,
they're like, "Do you know who that is?" And I said, "No." And they just laughed at me. No,
gotcha.
I'm a terrible person to ask about
Yeah.
sports.
Okay. How about this? What advice would you give yourself at 12 years old?
Do the hard stuff. Everything you're procrastinating, everything that you're
Yeah.
you're scared of, everything that you think is hard, that is the key to unlock what you're supposed to be doing. What we face and what I faced, and what is hard. Gosh, at 12, if I would have known to do that hard stuff and not
Yeah.
procrastinate it, been a lot easier ride to where I'm at today.
Did you, let me ask you this. Did you watch wrestling as a kid or no?
Wrestling, my dad watched
Y-
some wrestling, Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan,
Yeah.
he's the man.
Yeah.
So that's about we watched whatever my dad wanted to watch, so wrestling
Yeah.
was it sometimes.
Got it. Okay, that's cool. Good memories of it.
I do. My dad's great.
Let me ask you this: how long you been a homeowner for? Then what do you like about this city you live in?
Yeah.
You
So my
know?
current home I've owned for 5 years at the end of the month, and
Okay.
my most favorite thing about the culture in the little town, we live in a little town, and that
Yeah.
yes, it's the community, but it's the teaching and coaching staff. Most of the teachers and the coaches have grown up through that school district, went away to
Oh,
college, and came back and raised their kids. I compare our town a lot of the times to like Mayberry. If you remember
yeah,
Mayberry, I appreciate that. It's the school spirit that's embodied, and these people are so selfless and they give back. It's unbelievable. My little town is just it's very special, but
yeah,
it's dying, that kind of culture in the United
yeah,
States. So I appreciate it very much.
yeah. I know. So yeah, it's a very small town, like that at one point. I don't know if it's now, but it had that. But yeah, things
Special.
change. Yeah. So what's like the population over there? Do you
I
know offhand or
believe,
no?
yeah, I think when we moved in 5 years ago, it was somewhere around I'm gonna get roasted on this probably, but somewhere around 4,500. I think
Okay.
it's probably double,
Yeah, yeah,
if not triple, a lot.
yeah.
It's grown
I
a
remember when I
lot.
visited parts of like Dallas. It is all spread out. So I remember like I felt like towns were very small.
We
And
farm. Where I live, there's a lot of farming, and
okay.
it's been there's a lot of farmland that's been sold for, homes and developments, but it's let me just say this is a great comparison. We're a 4A school, and what that means for where we live is there's 100 my daughter has the largest graduating class, 2029, and there's 140 in her graduating class.
Well,
So
that's
we're not
crazy.
tiny, tiny, but we're small.
I
We're
think
perfect
mine
size,
was
I think.
around 800 and 900 maybe.
Oh, wow.
Maybe so yeah, now it's even bigger now. Yeah, it's
We're not
crazy.
quite that big.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, so if you weren't at your current job, what do you see yourself doing for work?
Because I'm a hot yoga enthusiast, I'd be a
Yeah,
hot yoga teacher.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, I love it.
yeah. How many times a week do you do it? I've done it not as much now, but I used to do it back in the day, but yeah, I need to get back
Okay.
to it, but do it quite a few times a week or
If I can
yoga.
do 4 days a week, and I'm very
Wow,
fortunate where I live, there's 2 studios within about
yeah,
15-ish, 20 minutes from me in either direction.
yeah,
If I can go 4 days a week and walk my dogs, a day or
yeah,
2,
okay.
it's a pretty good week for me.
Yeah, I was trying to go, like, once a week. I felt like that helped
Okay.
me keep you know, but I have done before where it was, like, twice, but I felt once was good, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
so
I think if you can only go once, it's better than not going
yeah,
at all.
exactly, totally. I agree with you on that, yeah. Let me ask you this, do you have a favorite board game growing up that you played?
Only board game my kids will play with me is Monopoly, so it's my favorite.
Favorite choice on here
Yeah.
too, I think people like just the competitiveness and stuff like that. What about, did you play a video game
No.
growing up or no? Video games?
My
No?
brother, he was the video game kid,
Yeah,
and we wouldn't get along too well if I tried to play his video games, so I never played.
got it. Cool. So let me ask you this, what's your, drink of choice?
My favorite drink in the world is a kid's temperature, half calf, honey latte with almond milk. Favorite ever.
Sounds, good.
It's
Wait,
good.
what's in it? Okay. How about this? You have a guilty pleasure you wanna share with us?
Watching TV. Honestly, I don't watch any TV. I don't
Yeah,
necessarily love to sit down on the couch and watch any, so if I do, that would be probably my guilty pleasure, is just laid out on the couch watching a show.
cool. I heard that a couple of times, so people will do that. Let me ask you this, nominate someone that'd be a good guest that I reach out to, be on the show. I could, get them like how I got you, just be a good guest. Yeah, anybody
Yeah.
off the top of my I could reach out to?
Yeah, so, I mean, I would say anybody, but probably Gary and Clark at Pure Funding. They're super
Okay.
knowledgeable, been in the
Yeah.
business a long
Yeah.
time. Clark does our a lot of the podcast, like I call them
Yeah,
podcasts,
I've
but a
seen
lot of
some of
the
his stuff. I saw his,
yeah,
videos,
and
yeah.
Willis, I mean, they say the algorithm loves Willis's voice. But,
Oh,
those 3 guys, they're very interesting. They've lived a great life, and they're very knowledgeable, so I'd nominate
okay.
one of the 3 of them, or all 3.
I'll reach out to them and see what I can
Yeah,
do. Yeah, then, what's something on the bucket list you wanna do that's out there you haven't done yet?
like, go to Bora Bora. If I could like a dream vacation, a bucket list,
Yeah.
get a
Yeah.
little bungalow on the water,
Okay.
that would
That's where we
be
have the pigs.
I don't know
Aren't the
about
pigs out there?
pigs.
Is
I'm
that
not
Bora Bora pigs? No?
I don't know. I know that they have these bungalows on the water and they line up and
Yeah.
it's just
Okay.
absolutely amazing.
Okay.
That or the Kentucky Derby. I've heard that is like a bucket list experience of a lifetime. I have a friend that just went,
Yeah,
and she said, you see it on TV and you read about it, but the energy there, she's like, there's nothing like it.
yeah.
So probably there.
Now how did you get tickets? Was she able to buy them, or saw a friend invite her? How was it?
If I remember correctly, she just went through the I'm gonna call it the Kentucky Derby website. I don't know exactly what the website is, but bought tickets like from the Kentucky Derby. I don't know if it's
Got
like
it.
a tick pick or if they shoot you through Ticketmaster or something. But yeah, just right from the website,
I
I
know,
believe.
like the Masters is hard to get into,
Mm,
so I'm
yeah,
guessing it'd be a tough thing to, you
could
know.
be.
So how do we follow you on social media? What's your handles if we want to be in touch with you, get in touch with you?
Yeah. So on Instagram, I'm Lindy Loans. So LindyLoans. And Facebook, I'm Lindy Gorham. So my last name is Gorham. You can find me
Cool.
there. Instagram, I have more of my information on there. I have a
Yeah.
link to my site, but
And
that's
then,
it.
cool. And then we're on Spotify, on the spot. If you reach out to me, my name, Stephen Lenz, you can find me on everything, TikTok, Instagram. Any questions about the real estate market, reach out, or things like that. And any final thoughts before we get out of here?
I appreciate you having me. It's great to
Yeah.
talk to you. It's great to have met you. That's why
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
reach social media has is incredible, truly.
It
So
is.
yeah, it's an honor to
Yeah.
be here.
I think I popped on my feed was I did a buddy of mine who's a tattoo artist that lives in Idaho, and he might have just popped up on my, like, people. I was like, "Oh, who's this?" I just, so,
It's
but
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, for we're on the spot, right in here.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Thanks.
All right, see here. All right. That's pretty good.